Now, the coalition has called for mandatory minimum sentencing to combat these attacks. Now, a former president of the Law Council in Australia, Arthur Moses, said that studies done both here and in the US show that mandatory sentencing rarely acts as a deterrent. Are you prepared to listen to legal expertise on this subject?
Well, deterrence is one of the reasons why you would have mandatory minimum sentences, and I do think it is important that we send a very strong message that there are serious consequences if you are caught with this conduct.
But this is a question precisely about mandatory sentencing that the Law Council and its previous president have said don't work as deterrents.
Yes, and that's one of the reasons why you would have mandatory minimum sentences. The other is to protect the community from people who can do harm to them. The longer they are locked away, the less likely they are to do harm, the more safe the community is. And the third and a critically important reason is to give a sense of justice to victims. They want to know, if they become a victim of a crime, that the legal system will impose adequate sentences that are commensurate with the severity of the crime. And I don't think 6 years is too little to impose for a serious Commonwealth terrorism offence.
But this is a question not about a specific.
For.
This is a question not about a specific sentence. It's a question about whether or not mandatory sentencing works. And legal expertise has shown, both here and in the US, that it very rarely works as a deterrent. So the question was, are you prepared to listen to legal expertise on the subject of mandatory sentencing?
Well, those lawyers are very much entitled to have their view, and I understand their perspective. They are very much apprised by the importance of judicial independence. But I think more important than that is sending a strong, clear signal of the severity of the consequences if you engage in this behaviour, of protecting the community by taking these people off the street for a long period of time and giving victims of these crimes a sense of justice, that they are taken away, that there is an appropriate punishment for the crimes of the people who perpetrated them. Because otherwise we'll have a situation of people taking things into their own hands, and that's the last thing that any Australian should want to see.